The Israel Bible is like no other Bible you've ever seen. The Israel Bible combines the original Hebrew text with clear, accurate English translations that bring these ancient words to life like never before. It is filled with beautiful charts, maps, and illustrations. The Israel Bible is vital for anyone looking to deepen their understanding of the Bible. To purchase your Israel Bible, go to getmyisraelbible.com today. Welcome back. One of the topics we've been discussing on this show for months is the Jewish electorate. Many of you probably watched the special that I did with Steve Bannon on War Room a little while ago, all about the Jewish electorate. You can still find it pinned to my profile on Getter and on X. On that episode, one of the people we spoke to was Rabbi Michael Barkley. Rabbi Barkley pointed out that in addition to the wonderful pro-Israel policies of the Trump administration, Donald Trump also added Jewish identity to the definition of Title VI, the Civil Rights Act. And what that means, as we talked about more recently in a segment with Sigal Chattah, that means that Jews who are being discriminated against for being Jewish, as we're seeing across campuses all over America, are able to sue for discrimination only because of President Donald Trump. These are just a couple of examples of the way Donald Trump helped the Jewish people and Israel in particular. To quote the president recently, and I agree with this statement wholeheartedly, any Jew in America who votes for Joe Biden at this point should probably have their head examined. But nevertheless, with Jews historically voting Democrat upwards of 75 or 80% of the time, and this includes 2020, we still see many, many Jews stubbornly sticking to the Democratic Party, but there's good news ahead. More and more Jews are waking up to the reality to where our friendships really lie and why it just makes a whole lot more sense for the Jewish people to come over to the Republican Party and to voting for Donald Trump. At the forefront of this activism, at the forefront of bringing Jews out of the Democratic Party and to where they're supposed to be, is Michelle Terrace. Michelle Terrace is the president and founder of Jexit, a movement to bring Jews out of the traditional Democratic Party and into the Republican Party and the Trump movement. And Michelle joins us here on Eyes on Israel. Michelle Terrace, welcome finally to Eyes on Israel.
Good morning. Well, it's morning here. Good afternoon to you. Thank you so much. Such an honor and pleasure to be with you today, especially on America's birthday. So happy birthday, America. And we must reelect our greatest president that has been in the White House for Israel and the Jews.
Well, thank you, Michelle. Yeah, this is being recorded on July 4th, although our viewers aren't going to see it on July 4th. It is an exciting day. And we should also point out that as Jews, historically, we've been wandering in the exile for thousands of years. And in many places that we lived, it was good for a while and then it was bad. But there has never been any place in the entire 2,000-year exile of the Jewish people that has been a more hospitable environment, a better place for the Jews than the United States of America. And I often say, and I've said this publicly here in Israel, that even Jews who don't live in America should celebrate July 4th because the United States of America has been the greatest friend that the Jewish people worldwide have ever had. So Michelle, talk to us a bit about Jexit. Talk to us a bit about what's going on in the Jewish electorate. Is it true, like the polls in New York are showing, that more and more Jews are coming over to our side?
I saw a poll a couple months ago that showed 54% of Jews in New York voting for President Trump, and similar polls were done in the battleground states showing that the same, over 50% of the Jewish electorate voting for Trump. Well, in 2020, as you said, Trump received only 29% of the national Jewish vote. We feel at Jexit that the Jewish vote potentially can flip these blue states to red. So we are optimistic, and we are going for the fight of our life because we must get President Trump back in office.
So can you talk a little bit about what Jexit is doing?
So one of our greatest and most proudest moments was we were the first Jewish organization to award President Trump with the American Defender of Zion Award, November 1st, 2022. I met President Trump in 2021. I was at a meeting with with one of the advisors, and he had come off of the golf course, and he saw that we were a Jewish group that were discussing one of the most important issues that we wanted to face, and that was to mobilize Jews and Christians to vote intelligently in 2020, of course. At any rate, we saw what happened, and we went into full throttle to engage our greatest friends, which are the evangelicals. So we put together a proposal, and we were sitting there at actually in Mar-a-Lago. He came off the golf course, and he saw a group of Jewish women, and he said, "What's wrong with you people?" At which time I got the opportunity to say, well, President Trump, in the state of Florida, when Jexit was founded, we were able to work with organizations like the RJC to raise the Jewish vote in 2016 from 29% to 2020, a whopping 43%. And how did we do that? Empowering other people by speaking out. We know that the media is not our best friend. And with our social media, with our rallies, speaking up in school boards against Holocaust denial, which is what we were dealing with here, Jewish bullied students, women like us, Esthers, modern day Esthers and Mordecais, using our voices, we were able to raise the Jewish vote from 29% to 43%. So when I explained that to him, he still said he was really hurt by the Jewish community after everything he's done. The Abraham Accords, being the first sitting president to go to the Kotel. I mean, my heart broke. When I went home that night, I got on my knees and I prayed. I said, we've got to honor this man. We've got to give him an award. And lo and behold, a year later, there we were in Mar-a-Lago on a stage with President Trump, presenting him with the American Defender of Zion Award, a Meisler beautiful, beautiful piece that portrayed Jerusalem. And we presented it to him. He came in with Secret Service with a prepared speech, mind you. He walked up to the podium, ripped up the speech, and said, "This is boring." And he ended up giving our group an hour-and-a-half rally of our own. He's an incredible human being. And one of our spokeswomen, our celebrity spokeswoman, Siggy Flicker, whom you'll meet, she was our hostess at that event, and it was just incredible. He banters back and forth. You feel like you're sitting with him one-on-one, that he's speaking to you. He's passionate. He loves the Jewish people. He loves the Jewish community. He loves Israel. He's nothing like what he's portrayed in mainstream media. We're so grateful for people like you with shows like yours, because when you meet him, it's just incredible. I can't say enough about the man.
All right, Michelle, we only have about a minute left. So let everyone know how they can connect with you, how they can follow the work of Jexit, if there are Jewish viewers or anyone who really wants to get involved in this effort to educate more and more Jews about the truth and bring them over to our side. How do they get involved? Let her rip.
You can find us at our website, jexitusa.org. Our Instagram was recently disabled. We are one of the only Jewish organizations that came out for President Trump since day one. We've never wavered. And, they don't like that. So you can find me on my personal Instagram, which is Michelle Lubin Terrace. But you can go to our website. It gives you all the information. Siggy Flicker's our celebrity spokeswoman. She's very vocal. And basically, that's where you can find us and get involved with us. Get involved with us nationally. I'm a CD25 delegate. I'll be at the RNC fighting for President Trump on the floor. And we're flipping Jewish Democrats and independents every single day to the Republican Party, and we're proudly doing it. And we can tell you right now, I can tell you my prediction. 2020, President Trump received 29% of the national vote. 2024, President Trump will double that vote, Jewish vote.
Amen. From your lips to God's ears. Thank you, Michelle Terrace, for joining us on Eyes on Israel.
Pleasure. Thank you.
Israel is under attack. Terrorists who want to murder Jews and Christians are trying their hardest to destroy Israel, and most countries of the world are helping them. Our own president, Joe Biden, has shamefully stabbed Israel in the back over and over. Now, more than ever, we must stand with Israel, and the best way to stand with Israel is to go to Israel. Join Rabbi Tuli Weiss and Israel 365 for an unforgettable mission to Israel that brings the ancient and modern stories of the Holy Land together. Experience the Bible firsthand on this incredible journey from the Galilee to the Gaza border to Judea and Samaria, Israel's biblical heartland. On this Heartland tour, you will meet real heroic Israelis fighting with incredible courage against Hamas and Hezbollah. Many have lost their loved ones and their homes. By coming to Israel and being part of this ministry of presence, you will give these heroes strength. Come to Israel now and fight back against Biden's disastrous two-state solution. We know that missions to Israel are expensive, and that's why we're offering flexible payment plans so you can pay in installments over 12 to 24 months. Everyone should have the opportunity to visit the Holy Land. Join us this August or October on a life-changing mission to Israel. Israel is counting on you. Book your trip today and stand with the people of the Promised Land. Go to Israel365.com/tours to find out more. That's Israel365.com/tours.